Many people think every migrant will get ILR in 10 to 15 years now, which is not true. According to the entitlement proposal document the government just published, some people will get ILR in 3, 5, or even 7, depending on your earnings, your job type, your contribution, your skills, and many other things, which we'll be looking at in today's video. So I'm going to break it down to you in this video and show you everything so that you will know the category you belong. My name is Tochi, and welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people. Kindly share it to everyone that will benefit from it because it's very important. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button right now. Thank you. So the UK government is proposing a 10-year ILR baseline for every migrant that has not gotten settlement yet. But there are exceptions, right? So who are those that are going to get it sooner? So they've been categorized, and this is what we're breaking down in this video. So first of all, they talked about character, and then contribution, integration, and residence. These are the 4 pillars. Now, what's your character like? Are you well behaved? Are you keeping to your immigration rules and all of that? These are the conditions that will determine whether you will get ILR or not, right? Even before we now talk about how many years it will take you to get the ILR, you have to meet these 4 conditions first, okay? Obviously, you're not supposed to have any criminal record. Any criminal record at all, no ILR for you. And then it talks about contribution as well. How much are you contributing to the economy and to the society? You know, are you paying your taxes? Are you doing all of that? You're not owing the government. You don't have any form of government debt or anything like that. And then integration. How well have you integrated into the society, right? How well do you know the British values, the British rules, and all of that? How well are you volunteering in your community? And finally, residence. Obviously, you should have lived in the UK for the period that's required of you to get ILR continuously. But this one, they also stated that residence alone is not enough. So the fact that you have lived in the UK for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years does not guarantee that you should automatically get ILR. You have to meet those other conditions. In fact, those 4 things join together. So now let's break down who gets ILR sooner. You know that we have established that it's 10 years they are proposing for most migrants. However, if you meet some of these exceptions, you can get it sooner. You can get it earlier. So they're saying now that, number 1, if you have passed this English language at C1 level, it will be -1 for you. -1, that's 10 -1. So you can get ILR after 9 years. Another one is your contribution. So if an applicant has earned a taxable income of £125,140 per year for 3 years, immediately prior to applying for settlement. So you must have earned this amount of money, £125,000 per year for 3 years, right? Then you can get ILR in 3 years. So that is -7 years for you. Well, all these things are still proposal. We must all have that at the back of our minds, but it's always good to understand what's going on, understand how it's going to affect you, just so that you can start preparing your mind just in case, because you just never know. And we all have seen some of those proposals become laws, right? Under the contribution as well, applicant has earned a taxable income of £50,270 per year for 3 years immediately prior to applying for settlement. So this is -5 years for you, meaning 10 -5. That's you're going to get ILR in 5 years if you earn this amount of money. So if you've been employed in a specific public service occupation for 5 years, you will get ILR in 5 years. And they mentioned examples like nurses, doctors, teachers. You know, these are people that will get ILR after 5 years. Another one is that if the applicant has worked in the community, that is, you have volunteered in your local community, they are going to remove 3 to 5 years for you, right? So I think it depends on the kind of volunteering, or the level of volunteering. You can get ILR in 5 to 7 years. Okay, so now entry and residence. If you hold a permission as a parent, partner, child of a British citizen and meets core family requirements, you're going to get ILR in 5 years. So if you're in this category, this one is not subject to consultation. This one is definitely going to happen, because most of these other ones are subject to consultation. The consultation is ongoing right now, and I'm even urging each and every one of us to go and fill that survey. You know, we're going to talk about it as we progress. And applicant holds a permission granted under the British National Overseas Route. It is also not subject to consultation, and it's 5 years ILR for this category of people. If you have a global talent visa or innovator founder visa, you're going to get ILR in 3 years. So this is minus 7 years for you. Now, finally, acknowledgement of specific and vulnerable groups having a reduction is also subject to consultation as well. Okay, so there's something you must also note as well, that only one of the listed considerations, that is the one that causes the largest increase, will be applied in the case of any single application. So for each person, is only one of these considerations that will be considered, okay, or that can apply to you. You cannot combine anything. You cannot say, oh, I volunteered, I also earned this, I'm doing this, and then let's minus all of them. No, it's just one that applies to each person. Now, there are also things that you can do that can make them add some years to your ILR route, you know. So for example, if you have been a recipient of public funds for less than 12 months during this route settlement, right? If you have applied for benefit, you're not supposed to apply for benefits, and you have done that, right, in less than 12 months, they will add plus 5 years to your already existing route. So for example, if you're already on a 10 years pathway and you have done this, they'll add 5 years to it, so you get ILR in 15 years. And if you have been a recipient of public funds for more than 12 months during your settlement route, then it's plus 10 years. So if under the proposal you're supposed to get ILR in 10 years and you have accessed public funds for more than 12 months, is an extra 10 years for you, meaning you're going to get ILR in 20 years. Do you see now? So all of these things are not the same for everybody. Not every migrant will get ILR at the same time. So it just depends on your circumstance, your situation, you know, if you've done any of these things, if you have claimed public funds, how much you earn, the kind of job you do, and stuff like that. Now, if there are two people that are on the same ILR pathway, one person volunteers and the other doesn't, that person that has volunteered is definitely going to get ILR earlier than the person who is not volunteering. You get, so not everybody will get ILR at the same time that this proposal. It just basically depends on individual circumstances. So for applicants who arrived in the UK illegally, example via small boats and everything, is plus up to 20 years. If you've entered the UK on a visit visa, plus up to 20 years. Applicant has overstayed a permission for 9 months or more, plus up to 20 years. So if you came when you were 40, you're getting ILR after you turn 60. So these are the things you should be considering. You know, they said they want to reward people that contribute more to the economy and those that are volunteering. They try to define what they mean by volunteering and the kind of work that constitutes as volunteering and all of that. So it's a 60 pages document, like I said. You just have to take your time and go through it. So now let's talk about the 15 years route, okay? A lot of people are just focusing on care workers, right? But the document does not say only care workers would get ILR after 15 years. No, it says that low skilled occupations below RQF level 6. So every occupation or job under this category is going to be on the 15 years pathway. That is if this comes to pass, because remember, it is still a proposal. So let's check the eligible occupation codes list that was published in July 2025. Let's see the other occupations that fall within this category, because like I said, it's always good to understand exactly what's going on. Just have a good understanding of everything you know. So we're going to look at the ones that are medium skilled or ineligible, because these are the ones that are affected. This is the table, this is the list, and the SOC codes as well. You can take your time and go through it. I've already told you where you can find this list or this document, so you will check the one that applies to you, or if your job role is going to be affected as well. So some of them are just here: medical secretaries, legal secretaries, school secretaries, company secretaries and administrators, receptionists, typists and related keyboard occupations, roofers, roof tilers and slaters, plumbers and heating and ventilating installers and repairers, carpenters and joiners, you know, plasterers, floorers and wall tilers, painters and decorators. This is under the construction sector. We also have chefs, cooks, caterers and bar managers, care workers and home carers, senior care workers, care escorts. It's quite a long list, and I don't want to bore you with, you know, just listening them one after the other. You just have to come here and check them out for yourself. And then there's also under the IT industry as well, where you have IT data analysts, IT operation technicians, web content technicians, and the rest of them. A lot of occupations that are likely going to be affected under this proposal. Another thing that we also have to consider is, will it be reduced for people under this category if they volunteer or if they are earning high? Because the government focus on the 10 years route, you know, saying -5, -3, minus this, -7. So how about those under this category? What if they volunteer? What if they are, you know, earning high? What if, you know, they meet those other exceptional criteria and just try to do something? Will it also reduce the 15 years? There are so many questions that we're all asking from this document that it didn't really answer. You know, if you know the answer, if you're an immigration expert, you know the answer, please let us know in the comment section, because we really want to understand exactly where we stand, you know. So yes, I understand that most times when government releases document like this, they still come out to try to answer some questions, especially when it becomes law and everything. Okay, they're still going to like try to answer some of the questions, clarify some vague and ambiguous statements or pages, or, you know, wherever that a lot of people are confused about. So hopefully they try to clarify all these things for us with time. And I just don't want this thing to, you know, see the light of day, because tell me why people would have to wait for 15 years. And these are people that had 5 years ILR in mind when they were applying for a UK visa. I'm sure that a lot of people wouldn't have applied if they knew from the start that they were going to get ILR, or it's going to take them 15 years to get ILR. So let me even ask you here, if you knew before now that you're going to get ILR after 15 years or after 10 years, if you knew before coming into the UK, would you still have moved? Would you still have applied to work in the UK? Please let us know in the comment section. So I just to try and, you know, fill this survey, because consultation is ongoing right now and your voice needs to be heard as well. So it won't even take you so much time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're done. So just take out time and look at it. So trust me, guys, whatever comes up, if anything new happens, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. I'm going to keep you updated. So this is not an immigration advice, disclaimer. This is just based on research and just to keep you guys updated. If you need an expert opinion or an expert advice, do well to get one. This does not replace it. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.